I'm trying to offer a few tips and tricks to be a little helpful. Right now, they're doing a little special, as you can see right here. Being mindful of these little events and specials can be very useful to you. But they're asking for your top tips and tricks. Well, this right here, the upgrade button, that has got to be my number one. If you don't have an upgrade currently in progress, it will tell you where the weakest link is on your chain. I mean, it will tell you what weapon is the most affordable. And if it's telling you the cheapest item to handle, and basically it will tell you what you need to work on and how you can improve your game um, at the most affordable price. By affordable, talking they're normally done in silver. You can rush it with gold, but an upgrade is normally handled with silver. Now, the reason I'm not hitting this purple little watch video to increase the speed of my upgrade is because I know the cheapest item currently I have on my line is about 3 million. And knowing that, I need to earn that 3 million before I'm concerned about how long it will be until I can progress to the next upgrade. Now, watching these videos, very, very important. I'll run through real quick and show you the different places you can watch your videos. Well, of course, you can see one here on the upgrade bar. In operations, you can find on the right-hand side of the screen, right over in here, it depends. If you do the work and earn the 300 XP for the operation, you can pass the challenge and just get 30 gold for doing. Now, working these operations, as you can see, I'm a free-to-play player, can be very, very beneficial. It can give you gold, it can give you paint chips. No, not paint chips. It can give you keys. These keys can be very beneficial because in the chest, they offer a super chest. If you open so many chests, you become option for a guaranteed great prize. Now, doing the operation, you get microchips and paint jobs. Now, on the paid ones, that's a legendary paint versus the unpaid, which is a common, as you can see. Now, the legendary has like a defense booster. There's quite a few different things they got going on. Every occasionally you'll get a weapon or a pilot. In this current event, this was the super special item, the Octavian drone with the shooting microchip. Worth doing the 37 levels of the operation to get. Definitely worth getting those accomplished for a shooting drone. Now, if you go back a little further, you're getting buttloads of silver and gold. And look, here's a weapon here. That's a techno atomizer. And like the techno atomizer, that's a special edition, just like the drone, where it's only going to be good during the Christmas event, during the Sam Stone, Serious Sam 4. As you can see, I got I think that's a Loki skin. Yeah, Loki Ardent. Now, my Ardent skin doesn't have the +5 defense, so have to work on that later. It did offer 2 techno atomizers in this, as well as look at the difference. You got a half mil versus a mil. You got 10 versus 50, 100 for 250, 10 or 50. So the payoff for going with unlocking the pass can be a major benefit. As I said, my number one tip right here is the upgrade button. Now, here at the offers, every now and again you'll find a hidden video. Now, it's located way here. Go fast, way here at the end, on the back end. Sometimes I'll find it here in the middle. But it'll kind of look like this right here, where you got silver, gold, and keys. It won't be quite this much. We're talking like 10,000 silver, maybe 10 gold, and 10 keys, something like that. But hey, everything that you're getting for free is, it's a bonus. And that's why it's worth taking advantage of the bonuses. Now, also pay attention to these drones that they offer, because they're kind of giving you an insight on what chips are really good. Because if they're selling this drone for $100, that's a good drone that shoots. You can tell by that little starburst indicator there. This is a shooting chip. Once again, the starburst indicator at the top. So you put this in here, and then bam, that drone can use its target-seeking mini gun shooter. My bad. Over here you got a modulative intensifier. That's a good chip. That means when you use one of your modulators, it will give you a plus 10% attack bonus. Your emergency, which means down to 35%, recurrent defender, that means it's going to pop up your defenses for a short time while you're down low. When you hit 35%, bam, it pops up your defense. Now this one right here, the diamond, it will actually rebuild your robot. So you get down to 35, it's going to give you 10% of your durability back. So hopefully what happens is, not only if you had all these equipped, what I would do is, as soon as that hit me with that 10%, I'm going to also pop on my emergency repairer, or my repair modulator, and then I'm going to get extra attack, good defense, and the 10% had already been rebuilt and licked on to my robot. And you'll find I'll use those chips a lot too. I find all three of those chips to be highly effective. I don't quite have all the tier 2s and tier 3s yet. I'm still fairly new at the chip game, but I'm working on it. I am mindful about the power cells and what can fit and what can't fit. I try to get as much in there as I can, because the drones right now are pretty much a free buff, and free buff is awesome. Now the triangles tend to be attack, so they give you a little bit more aggressiveness. And that one's 5%, that one's 2%, that one's 5%. Triangle chips are attack. The square chips, they are the C chips. They increase your durability and defense. Now the diamond chips, you don't see one on here, but they let you repair yourself and possibly others, but I've not seen them repair another chip yet. Now what I'll do is I'll use this change drone button when I'm accessing the different chips, especially when I'm accessing the store. This way, if I pick out one of these, I'm not messing with my front line. I can go through and decide maybe I want to buy a triangle chip, but I don't need it on the line. I just want to have a whole bunch of blue chips so I can get some purple chips. Now, I do suggest buying the blue chips anytime you can afford it. I need to afford it before I can buy it. But these single T1s, they can be a help, but know what you're buying. You don't want to just buy every little thing. The reason I suggest buying the blue ones is because when you're combining your chips, you're going to find that you're going to need 15 of these, or 10 of these, or 5 of these to progress up. These purple chips will become gold chips. These gray chips will become blue chips. The blue chips become purple chips. And que sera, sera. Now, unless you use all of a same kind, you're putting those chips into a random generator. Now, random can be nice, especially if you have a situation where you don't want or have a need for that particular chip at the current. Now, sometimes you want to make sure that you don't randomize. I know on my other account, I have a few freezer chips, 3 of them in total at the moment, and I will not put those, I don't even unequip those. I make sure to be very, very careful about moving those around. But what I've done is I've mated my drones with my robots, and you can move them around. If you have a total of 6, you need at least 1 into this background area you can access with the change drone. So you can go here to your storage, or you can buy a new one over at the store. But back in inventory, I call storage, you'll see I have quite a few of them. That's for a couple different reasons. I bought a whole bunch of them so I could pick out and make the best use of the chips I had. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of circle chips slots on these drones because the circle chip slots weren't really effective, seeing as I had battery and then the drone mitigator ones. They only affect the shooting drones, which I don't have yet. So equipping those did not make much sense. So I avoided them. Now, this is a very helpful place. Keep your workshop always moving. You'll see that I keep checking to see if I have a video available. I've got all my videos pretty much knocked out. Every now and again you're going to see one that I can work on. I think right here in the supply crates, very helpful videos, especially if you're trying to get your silver. Nope, I've already knocked those out. You can see because the video is no longer present. If I could watch a video, let's say I'm checking task right now, and I'm looking, no, I could watch a video. My videos are available, but I'm not going to watch a video during a recording of a video, because then I'm advertising, and I'm not trying to do that by watching a video and then replaying a video for you. Being mindful of these special tasks and working on those can be very beneficial. Tasks in general, very beneficial. These crates, this chest area, like I was expressing earlier, very beneficial. Now, as you see, I've got 1,000 keys. That will get me any one of these. I can get a whole bunch of these ones, or 10 of these, or 1 of these. Now, there's normally right here, play a video and watch the chest. Each chest you open starts filling this bar right here. That's for your super chest. A very, very helpful thing to chase. Now, I suggest playing with their events. Right now, we are in a event, I believe for the Titan. I could be wrong. Let's take it over here. Go into the main hangar. I'm going to take my 2 fingers. I'm going to pull this forward. I'm going to take a look at the Titan. I believe we are currently in a Titan. Yep. See, 10% off on Titan upgrades and weapons. Now, I've got 370 platinum, which I'm going to hold on to for current. because I intend to change my Titan, and I'm going to go to the store. I can buy an Arthur for $450. That might be a route I might take. I have had an Yao Ming on my other account. I was quite happy about that. And I just got a Nodens. I think I was gifted the Yao Ming. I'm not sure how, but that's how I got the Yao Ming. On the Nodens, I actually had to save up the platinum, which came around fairly quickly. So saving it is fairly advisable. Now, knowing that only beta weapons are here might let you know what to progress. On my other account, I've got a Nodens with the beta weapons. I think I've got a shotgun. I've got a cyclone. And inside on the modules, I also got one of those all-seeing eyes. So when a Loki comes under me under cloak, see the modules here? It's a universal module. I'm gonna pop open the store. See, these are on discount too, I believe. It doesn't look like they're on discount though. I am in the store, right? Well, the self-picks might be a help. But I think I actually invested my remaining platinum into hooking some stuff up. I did buy this Quantum Silver, or maybe I was gifted it. Not 100% sure. But that was a very, very helpful item, especially when you have Nightingales and Lokis running around. And you want movement. You want to be able to move quick, especially on a Titan. Titans do not generally move quick. But as far as the videos go, you've got this supply crate here, this chest one here, the workshop, the tasks. There's a few hidden free ones. Now, the free ones don't cost you videos. Now, down over here, you'll see the operation. That one, if you watch the video as soon as it becomes available, you'll get 300 operation XP. Or you can earn the XP and then just get the silver. And I think you can watch a different video for in offers for that XP. But let's see here. I want to go to... let's go to clan. That's another thing that would be very helpful. When you're in a clan, if you noticed in my tasks, I had an available... Now, I'm not seeing anybody online, so I can't play with anybody, but it's all good. It's all good. Ooh, okay, those are a couple invites. One of them, that star guy, I think he was tanking. I sent him an invite out of jest. I was like, oh man, because he was in Silver League, and if you take a look at his stats on that, which I'll do right quick, if he's in Silver League, what does he have? 8,000 victories. Something's definitely awry. Something's definitely funny there. So, did notice that. Soon there's supposed to be a report button, but I'm not exactly one to call out problems. Now, doing your operations, handling your tasks, very beneficial, but my tip is to note that upgrade button. When you don't have an upgrade pending, it will tell you what you should be upgrading. It's going to tell you what the low man on the totem pole is. Whether it's a module inside the card for the robot, you'll see the different weapons. Now, it may want you to upgrade a Punisher. Now, you can, even when an upgrade is going through, you can hit the upgrade button and find out how much it's going to cost. So you know how much silver you have to earn before you bother even pushing that upgrade through. Now, there are also a few other kind of hard to find videos. Now, oh, I was in the right spot to look, but didn't hit the right tab. I got to go over here to pilots from the offers. Now, if you notice that green plus, that's a skill ready to be applied. These are all pretty much level 1 regular pilots, so they're fairly affordable. Now, if I were to watch a video, it would shuffle those around and maybe offer me a legendary pilot. The legendary pilots are very useful. Now, they can be a little pricey because they're for about 1,000 and up. Darn it. Let's go to legendary pilots, please. Now, if the pilot's been around or is going to be a tier 1 pilot, they'll offer them at a special rate, like Adam O'Leary. He's for the Griffin. Now, his ability is it gives you a faster recharge on his ability. So his jump comes around just a little bit quicker. Now, on the Raven, its special pilot, that one shows up and it gives you an additional ability. Same thing with the Ravana. But you gotta pay attention. Now, I do recommend anytime you see Adrian Chong that you pick him up ASAP quick. Because Adrian Chong, Sam Stone, and Basil are universal pilots. Something's going awry. And of course, I hit the back button. Adrian Chong's right over here. Now, his benefit is no matter what vehicle he's in, he's going to give all weapons deal increased damage. Now, that's a nice buff. So I recommend getting every Adrian that you can get your hands on. Because you may be looking to find a legendary pilot to put in yours. Like, I've gotten a Linda. I've also gotten, let's see, Olga. No Nicholas yet, but over here, here's the Raven one. Now, I don't have any of those robots just yet, but I knew to get my hands on those because I knew those would be very helpful. Now, some of these pilots can only be accessed during certain events. As you can see, Jam Johnny, he was during the Halloween event, cannot be hired in the training center. Sam Stone cannot be hired in the training center. These are special events. Kyle Rogers for the Hawk cannot be hired. So, getting those pilots is extra good. If you can, and you're not going to find those in the training center, you'll find those in the chests and whatnot. But be grateful that you got those. Throw them into one of your robots. You know, just because you're not able to use the legendary skill doesn't mean you can't apply skills to it and use it for that robot. Now, granted, down the road, when you move them around, it will cost gold to re-roll those skills to mate with the new robot that is in, because those skills will be locked in for either the robot or the weapons on the robot. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it's just a generic weapon buff. Pardon. But yeah, these are a few of the ideas I have for you. Going over here to this gear, way up over here, you can log into your Facebook. With your Facebook logged in, you can go over here to this home plate looking thing and create a squad. Now, when you create a squad and you've logged in with with Facebook, you'll have the Friends tab available. That's a good extra buddy list. This is my clan tab. Nobody's online. They would have a little green ball right over in here. And this is my battle history. These are people who I've played with not so terribly long ago. A couple of them are still online. I could possibly invite them by hitting this little ball or this plus sign. Now, knowing where to push is very important. I know to be just on the right side of that. The chat can be very touchy, trying to get your things in there, and then hitting send after you hit OK, and you got to be very precise sometimes, especially with the smaller phones. I'm gonna leave the squad, mainly because I'm not gonna squad at the moment. I will suggest that you do get into a clan. You do get your 5th slot. You do go up here and link your Facebook, and you link your other Google account, or iOS has a different version, but same principle. Do your events. Right now, they're doing the Titan special. This little envelope right here, hopefully tomorrow morning or the next day, is going to tell me about another event. Whether it's going to be an upgrade rush, where the last one was half the time, maybe it's half the silver. They offer so many different ones, and be particular. You know, right now you saw I have over 1,000 keys. I was kind of hoping to wait until they had a super chest buff going on, because then I get 1.5 times progress on the super chest. But to be a little special for you, to wrap this video up, I think I'm going to use some of these keys. I think I will. I think I'm going to use a good portion of them. I'm going to open a 100 key chest right now. And as you saw, there's the Griffin pilot, there's another pilot. Wow, I got a pilot. Let's take a look at and see what she is. Let's back out first. Now I'm going to hit this down here, little gift box. And that will tell me what I've made. This is a Pursuer. Now, Pursuer is a very fast bot. That I might have to go ahead and start turning over in my workshop. I'm actually feeling quite fortunate to have gotten that. I'm sorry I'm not jumping up with joy and yelling yippee, but wow, I'm actually quite happy of getting a pilot. A pilot is a very good thing. As you can see, you get Bernadette. She's only available. Yang Li, I did purchase Yang Li in the Clive is also available in Training Center. Thomas I have picked up on my other account. Let's see. Doobie-doobie-doo. Well, before I do, let me show you the advantage of that. Looks like the Griffin does not have a pilot. So I'm going to hop over into my Griffin, because I know that's going to be a bot that I'm going to use for a little bit. It's a very, 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 what's the word? I'm going to assign that new pilot, Miss Shaw. I'm going to open her up. And right now I've got, on my Griffin, I've got shotguns, the Ardent Gust, the Tartan. Now, it's going to look at all these things, the robot and the weapons I have equipped. And then, when I hit this little green plus sign, it's going to assign me a skill. It's going to say, are you sure this is what you're going to do? Because it's going to be locking you in. I'm going to say yes. Let's go for it. Now it's going to give me durability with each second. That's a really cool thing to have. That's a really good skill. Every second I get more durability. So as long as I stay alive, I'm repairing myself. I am quite happy about that. Look at that. I might have to leave her in here for quite a while. That's a good thing, because only having 3 slots on your workshop, it's going to take me a while. I don't know if you noticed, but I had an Outgang or whatnot. I had started making that back in January. I had contacted, originally I got onto the War Robots page, which I highly suggest. Get involved. Like the War Robots main page, go find yourself the community pages. Reach out for help. If you have questions about things like drones, or what got me into it was the Halloween event, because they had special tasks that you had to know the answer to in order to complete it. Now that kind of put me back into the loop, and at first I was upset because like the second day of the Halloween challenge required a Raven, and I didn't have a Raven because I had just started back, and I was away for a long time, so I had not had the opportunity to build a Raven. So I had to build one from scratch. Well, I went in there and I started posts on, all right, this is what you're going to have to do if you want to be a part of the event. And then I opened up the workshop, and I figured that, well, in order to immediately build a Raven, because I only had the limited amount of parts, I could speed up the parts, but I didn't quite have the silver. So I actually looked down the list, down here at the conversion list, and I found that if I wanted to convert one component to another, let's say I wanted to make or finish making one of these, and there's one in here that I didn't care to make at all. Wasn't the Phantom the one that So basically I did the math to find out how much it was going to cost, and I started letting everybody know, like, hey, if you really want to be a part of the thing, this is a way you can be involved. But I knew that patience was a virtue. And I'm talking to, I thought I was talking to myself for a second. But having the patience really was a benefit, because towards the end of the task, where I'm sitting there trying to show everybody the things you have to do and in what order you have to do them in order to complete the task, to get the different weapons and whatnot, towards the end, they actually made the Raven available in skirmish. And if I wouldn't have stayed diligent and stayed on my toes about it, sharing, hey, if you convert your previously built parts, you could do that and build it almost instantly if you have those, or you could buy it, or I was trying to show the people every which way that they could do to get into it, because if it was a problem for me, then it was a problem for somebody else. Now, that kind of got me into talking to a whole bunch of really great people. Just last night, I actually signed up to be a mentor. Now, there are a lot of great mentors out there, and there are a lot of great people out in the community. There's some toxicity, but there are people who are actually wanting you to succeed as well. And surrounding yourself with people who want good things for you is a good thing for you. And hopefully you do like I do and pay it forward and try to help others. And that's really what I'm all about. I want everybody to enjoy the game. Now, I've learned a lot about a lot of things, and I haven't learned it alone. I've been misguided on a lot of things, thinking that the control resistor chip had to do with slowing the accumulation of the weapons, when it does slow the accumulation, but of things like lockdown and suppression that you're being hit with. Now, this game is very, very confusing. Much because of the language issues. It's being translated into English and then on to other things. You'd know this if you're involved and you get to know things. Now, I'm actually grateful and I look forward to becoming part of the Creators Club and hopefully helping to transform and mold this game into something it could be. Now, I like the game as it was. I like the game as it is. I've been playing it since 2015. That's when I started actually saving my account and actually keeping it. Prior to that, I would play it for a couple days, delete it, come back to it a couple days, but there was no real reason to save it, because I could pretty much earn everything I needed right there at the beginning. Come to find out, when you stick around for a while, you get even better things. So, I suggest you figure out where you want to be. Know where you want to go. Know what's valuable. Take advantage of the offers that they have. Work that upgrade button. That upgrade button can be a weather vane for you to let you know what you need to work on. And don't necessarily just hit upgrade. Maybe you need to swap it out. Maybe you have another weapon inside your current inventory. Now, when I change out a robot, I unequip the modules, I unequip all the weapons. That way, when I'm looking through and I'm trying to figure out what weapon best suits that particular robot, and each robot has its own little thing going on. I've got a trident on here. Not by choice. I know that weapon's not going to really do too well, but I needed to fill the space. I wanted the golem there instead of a Gepard, because the golem could take a little bit more of a hit. Now, I don't have any modules available for him, and I really don't see him taking it all the way to the top. but he could. You know, I've heard of Adrian, the YouTuber, which, if you want to learn from the best. He's been in the game longer than I have, and I've been in pretty much since the beginning, but it was on Apple first. And he's got like 30,000 victories. Now, you only see 500 on this account, but then that ain't nothing. You know, you see on the task, I've got 200 victories right here. And that's just during this one event. On this one event. Now, I know a lot of things. Like the Lancelot, you want to shoot in the armpit so you can get around. And these things I've learned from people like Adrian and Manny and Predator and Zox and, you know, the Center Beacon. And you know, there's so many of the YouTube channels that you want to check out. Kitty. And there's Wonka Rope. There's Death Row. There's streamers. There's people who put out videos. There's Islander. There's the creator of the Tiger Revolution, Boss. Thank you, brother. You know, there are so many people that have come before you that are offering you a hand, offering you some help in the game. Take the help. You know, they're showing love. The game, even though it's about blowing up a robot and its strategy, it's my favorite thing is the Beacon Rush. Now you can play free for all, or you know, you might want to get into the arenas or whatever it may be. But you'll find a place here for you. I like the Beacon Rush because it gives you a chance to work strategy. There are hundreds of ways that the game can go. Adrian was playing with a baby account, taking level 6 robots in the Master League, you know, just by skillful play. Now, you got to be sneaky when you do that, and you got to be mindful. You got to know you got to go for the beacons, not really the bust 'em ups. And there are many ways. A long time ago, you used to be able to just wipe the enemy off of the field, and you would win because there is no enemy robots left to enter the battlefield. In the last couple months, I've seen that occur 2 times. Generally, at the end of the match, it says opponent or you won by beacon control. So understand, it's capture the flag. Get in there early, capture your flags, and hold on to them, because it's a lot easier to defend a flag than it is to retake a flag. If you have to retake a flag, that means you have to come from another flag over to it. You have to kill any defenders, and then you have to sit on the flag until you capture it. Versus sticking it out, keeping your foot inside the ring, and making sure that even if you get knocked out, and you come back and you fight it out, but you get back in the ring. You fight it out from the ring. It's about beacon control. I've won 2-minute victories. I'm trying to teach people not only how to play, but how to teach people how to play. I'm looking forward to these upcoming squatting events. I'm trying to put clans together. You know, when I returned a few months ago, I was in a dying clan where I was one of the only people left. And this is a clan that I was stuck in, but the original leader tried giving me the clan prior to him going. He knew he had family issues. and I didn't want to take it because I liked playing with the guy. You know, he didn't have to invite me into the clan. And I was so hesitant. Even as a lower ranked member, I was made an officer because he saw how much I was dedicated to the game. And even though I had not invested any cash into the game, he saw I had given my heart and soul. And that's what I like to do. I like to find the people who invest not just money, but take the time to learn the strategy. You know, can you see where you make a line and then you push the line forward? Or can you get the whole map rotating in one direction and then pull a change up at the very end? Back in the early days of the game, I would take a Regine and walk him all the way across the field, which took a good minute. I had an Ankylo shield and I'm not sure, I think a Zeus. It was either the Zeus or a nice and powerful Thunder. I think I kept deciding between the two because they both have their own advantages. Zeus, high firepower. The downside, you gotta lock him in and you gotta reload it. The Thunder, bam, you can put some damage out really quick. The downside, well, the Thunder is pretty awesome. But there are downsides. You know, you can't shoot around cover. You might run across an enemy that needs a lot more than one volley of the Thunder. But so much to go into. Please subscribe. I'm sorry for going on so long. Hit that bell. It might be worth it. I've got a lot of information to let you get. I've got a lot of knowledge from a lot of places. You know, I'm actually becoming a name, hopefully. You know, I'm looking to get my subscribers up so I can stream. You know, I want to become part of the Creators Club. So I'll be privy to the information coming. I'm already on the test server. Right now I've got 3 devices right here in front of me. I got one for one account, one for another account, and the other is either test server or every occasionally during one of these special events, they'll have the double up gold deal. That double up gold deal is where I'm telling my clan members to take advantage of that so they can get themselves their 5th slot. Once they get their 5th slot, they're able to stay in the game longer. They're able to do more damage. They'll have more options. You know, knowing how to set up a hangar, how you want to have a beacon runner, how you want a tanky bot, how you're going to want something to get in there and to work on the Titans, how to set up your drones. So what might have been a light and easily kill bot, with the correct drone setup, hell, you can give him backup, you can give him extra health, you can get him where he's almost invulnerable. You can spoof his weapons where even though you're only using sparks and scourges, you can give those a nice little freeze ability. So you can give them a freeze from far away. Now, using the freeze, major benefit. You know, I had one of my compatriots ask me, so the Candy Viper is your favorite? I'm like, yeah. Well, I didn't say yeah, but Candy Viper rocks. Look what you get. You get the freeze ability. You get Death Mark. You're spitting out snowballs quicker than... it's just throwing them out there. Right now I've got 3 Candy Vipers. 2 of them on my Hawk. And the reason I chose two of them on the Hawk, because the Hawk had secondary weapons. There is a reload time with the Candy Vipers. So for 6 seconds, you're either hunkering down and cover or praying that 6 seconds passes quick. Now, on my Aljun, I've got the Candy Viper and an atomizer, or whatever the heavy weapon atomizer is. And that gives me pretty much unlimited potential. Where, yes, I can run my Candy Viper, freeze them, death mark them, and all that. And freezing a Titan lets your buddies get extra damage in. And yeah, when I'm squatting, or when I'm playing in the game, being the top on the card isn't really the most important thing to me. I'm out for the win, you know? When I'm in squad, I'll often take my Loki out and just run beacons. Where, yeah, I know I'm not getting the damage in, but I'm trying to get the win in quick, and I'm trying to secure the victory. It is a team sport. Work together, people. Find some good people to work with. Notice the little things in the game. Like, how come the background of this screen, I'm in space, and this screen, I'm on the ground? Complex game it is. The last one had fire on the side and lightning, and I notice these little things. That's why I make sure I've got my energy weapons and my lightning coming up. I'm working these weapons into the game. I'm trying to progress. Life is about progression, so is this game. You don't know what's coming around the corner, except for when you get these little developer insights. What's next? Pay attention. They're inviting you into the wing. You want to be into the know. Right now, you want to be building squads and teams, because here, coming soon, they got those events coming up. And you want to be able to access those unique and special items. That Candy Viper was a special event item back from years ago. And it's still an awesome little item. So awesome, I'm happy I had gotten one of them. When I got two, I was ecstatic. Now I've got three, I'm hoping I can get four. 4 would be a bonus. Thank you for sticking around. It's almost been an hour. Almost an hour. Let me pay you off a little bit. Please subscribe. I've got more to come. I started off with kind of a what not to do. I wasn't really saying anything, but I did a test server run, and I was making follies left and right. On purpose. I wanted to be picked apart. I wanted somebody to say, hey, you don't know what you're doing. You got to know where you're landing when you jump with the Loki. Or, hey, when you're using a Devastator weapon that only has a 200-foot range or meter range, don't unload your clip before the enemy even gets close enough to hit. Or when you're in a Wayland, when you go into the Bastion mode, your shield doesn't pop up. You pop up a bubble of health for your buddies. And if you pop up a bubble of health for your buddies, could be a benefit if you have buddies around. But if you're over there alone, you just lock your legs and you can't run and hide. You can't maneuver, you can't move in closer. There are a lot of things. And I purposely meant for those videos to have a short shelf time. I was hoping to help support K-Flay. She had an album drop. So if you notice, all the music is all K-Flay. You don't hear no kind of music right now. I'm hoping that this goes somewhere. I hope you learned something. I hope this is going to be a good thing for this account. Let me find out right now. Come on. Looky there. Speak of the devil. We've got ourselves an event-worthy atomizer. We also got a nice little chunk onto the super chest. Now, that's going to encourage me to keep on chucking it. But let's go ahead and look at the parameters. Oops, sorry. I must have hit the other things. Oh, no. It looked like I was about to... Alright. Let's see. The important things. It's a medium weapon. In stock. One time. It's an unlimited machine gun with a special skin. Now, the special skin doesn't do anything special. Just makes it look pretty. Gives it some, I got it back here when feel to it. Atomizer is an awesome little weapon. As soon as my